What up? It's Maxxsmash201 for my Inner Geek Podcast episode 8. Today's topic will be our top 3 favorite video games in quote hashtag or quote unquote also series. So yeah, today I got 4 special guests with me today. One of them including D.Bravo. You guys met him yesterday. So one by one, you guys can introduce yourself and also D.Bravo too, because I love your introduction. Starting with D.Bravo.
Of course, what's good, everyone? I'm Douglas Bravo. I run my YouTube channel, Doug's Gaming Channel. Check me out. YouTube.com/KimCap105. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook.
All right. Next, I also have a new guest with me today. You guys met him, and he actually was in my Smash vlog video for the Chocolate Factory for Nucleus GG's video. His name is Conti. Conti, introduce yourself.
All right. What's up, everybody? I don't know, Mike Conti. Do Smash stuff. I host Smash tournaments. I don't even know. I'm bad at introductions.
It's
Play
all good.
Smash. I'm above average, I guess. I have like a Facebook group for like South Jersey tournaments and stuff.
All right.
And stage fright, yeah, I'm good at that too.
It's all
I
good.
got Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Just search Conti Beast Mode, you'll find me. That's about it.
All right. You guys can check all this information out on the description below. I will. So everybody will have those links to all my friends' gaming channels / social networking. Next, I have another special guest. His name is Spartan. Spartan, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. Spartan over here. Xbox Live gamer, aspiring video game designer, and just happy to be here.
All right, cool. And last but not least, save the best for last, my friend Joe. Joe, introduce yourself.
What's up, everyone? This is Joe. You may know me for nothing, but I'm here. Big fan of gaming. Been my whole entire life. I'm just happy to be here.
All right, Jersey City, represent. All right, so today's gonna be an awesome topic. That's why I have I wanted to get as much people as I can get on this awesome discussion. We're all gamers. We love gaming. Big shout out to the president of Nintendo. Rest in peace. He just passed away. So without him, literally there wouldn't be like a lot of like gaming we have now. We were all born to be gamers. We all had a Nintendo or Super Nintendo or a Game Boy of some sort. We all love Mario. So yeah. So today's topic is my top 3 favorite video games, quote unquote. Also series, because there is a bunch of series out. We can never say our favorite, like one Halo game, or Metal Gear or whatever. There's a bunch of them. So I'm gonna start off it. So far my top pick, I guess my number 3, has to be Pokemon. I really did love Pokemon. I mean, I remember back in 7th grade I had Pokemon Blue. And I was like, what is this? This is something new. Who is this little kid on the screen, like middle walking, That game taught me about banking, learning how to withdraw and deposit. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I probably freaking released 20 freaking Pikachus. I was like, where the hell is this damn Pikachu that I damn caught? I was like, oh, it's deposit, not release. All right. I was a big fan of it. Then next thing you know, the TV show came along, and later, like Pokemon evolved, I'm surprised how long that game came out, and it's still like there's still more, there's always like 100 every time. And shout out to Pikachu for making it to freaking Smash Brothers, we were all amazed. Then next thing you know, Pokemon Trainer came along, and he was in Brawl. Then I don't know, they probably bit off Digimon and did the whole Mega Evolution. So literally, I did enjoy Pokemon. We went from, and not only that, but it showed the source of I don't know if it was online. Yeah, I think Pokemon was also online, because we also went through a phase where we had the link cable. We had to bring a little cable. Then next thing you know, they introduced the whole wireless thing, and that was amazing. And next thing you know, it evolved to online. And I was able to like talk to like my family in the Philippines because my cousin also had Pokemon. And we were like talking through the little DSs, and not only that, but without Pokemon, like DS consoles, there. I think of like every time a Pokemon game comes out, like everybody like a DS console is sold. You know, it was pretty amazing. So I don't want to go on too long because you guys want to hear my special guest. So I'm gonna go with Conti. Conti, what is your top favorite video game?
It's a good question. So I guess number 3. No, screw that. I'm gonna start with number 1 because I have no idea. All right, so number 1 is definitely Smash. Like, Smash has just been there since like I was in kindergarten / first grade. It just always came back in my life, and now it's still a big part of my life. Like, everybody I know is because of Smash. It's like insane, honestly.
Word. Smash is like such a unique game. You know, I agree with that too. I mean, that's the first time I actually saw 4 players on one screen. Everybody can play. Like, that was amazing.
Right.
Especially that the most diverse characters. Like, to have the concept of all your top Nintendo picks into one game was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I was something I was really hoping for they would do for at least one of the Super Smash games, especially when they brought in Solid Snake, because I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. I was really hoping they would introduce Cyborg Ninja as like a playable character.
Yes.
Like, I remember first seeing like a screenshot with Cyborg Ninja in there, and I was like, oh my freaking god, that's gonna be so freaking cool. But no, it's just like some random thing that he just pops up out of nowhere. I mean, Snake's pretty cool, but Cyborg Ninja would have been even better.
Word.
Yeah.
So, my boy Joe, what is your top or number 3 favorite video game?
My number 3 favorite video game, and I had to think about this for a bit, but I have to go with Uncharted 2. Not the whole Uncharted series, but just Uncharted 2.
Really?
This is very interesting, but, you know, I played the first Uncharted. I was alright with it. It wasn't the game that really impressed me. You know, I was ready for a second one. It's also around the time when I was just in high school and, you know, playing Call of Duty to next Call of Duty. Well, we all kind of went through, a lot of us went through that phase. And Uncharted came by. I played it. I love the story. I love the gameplay. I went through it again and again and again. I must beat that game over 18, 19 times in a row before I put it down. It's the first game I ever platinumed. And I'll never look back on that. It's a game that I look very fondly behind on, and it's one of those games where it was something 100% different than I expected. You know, number 1 had a little stupid plot twist at my end, which kind of threw up the gameplay. Number 2 kind of kept with the same gameplay all the way through.
Yeah.
Knew what it was doing, learned from the older game. Improved on the story. You know, you had a full story from between the end that engaged you, made you want to see what happened to the characters. Overall, it really pulled me into knowing that there's more things out there than shooting things. You can also love other things. You don't have to shoot everything.
True. And it's amazing graphics too. Like, wow. And it's very movie based. So that was pretty cool. I really dig Uncharted. All right. Next, my homie Spartan. Woo! Let's go.
Alright, okay, this is a really tough one. I'm gonna start with my 3rd favorite. Honestly, like, lately, this isn't even, like, my favorite anymore, but I'm giving it the number 3 spot because it still holds a very special place for me, and that's Halo. The Halo series, because even though I was really disappointed with Halo Reach, Halo 4, and it looks like Halo 5 Guardians is not going to make that much of an improvement, there was something about the first couple of Halo games that just really, I don't know. It was just a game that I couldn't get enough of. And on top of that, like, I'm a huge fan of the story. I've read all of the books that were written by the original creator of the Halo universe, and that's really what got me hooked on the Halo universe.
Yeah.
It was the books, because the story is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, if anybody out there, if anybody out there just likes to read science fiction action books, I totally recommend Eric Nyland's Halo novels, because they will blow your mind. I've read each like at least 3 or 4 times. And the other reason why I really like Halo was because it was the one thing that always brought me and my little brother, may he rest in peace, together. Like we used to fight a lot, and Halo was just that one thing where we could just really get together and just have fun, whether it was playing co-op campaign or killing the shit out of each other on multiplayer. It was just something that really brought that brotherly love to the chemistry between him and me. And as much as I may hate Bungie or 343 Industries for ending up destroying what made Halo special for me, I can't blame the video game series itself for it, because it started out amazing, and that's why I got hooked on it. So that's my number 3 pick.
That's what's up. That's a really good pick too, and a really good reason. Family bonding. Hashtag family bonding Halo. There you go. And not save the best for last. D.Bravo, what's up?
My number 3 pick, I'm taking it back to 1989 when side-scrollers first started.
Damn.
The series that I loved growing up, when I remember it coming out on Super Nintendo, even though I saw arcades of it when I was younger, Final Fight. Final Fight to me was the original pioneers of side-scroller beat-em-ups before we ended up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Streets of Rage. Because, I mean, honestly, without Final Fight, we wouldn't have had these games. And, to top it off, each of the characters from the series ended up in a different branch of fighting game later on. Like Cody and Guy in Street Fighter, and then Hagar finally making it into Marvel.
So. Yeah, that's true. All right, my number 2. Oh, man, I can't believe D.Bravo actually said it, too. You actually said it. Was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, man, for the arcade. Like, oh, man. I remember playing that in the arcade with me and my cousins wasting mad quarters. And I was always Leo. And we would always, do our best, to beat that game. Because if you guys remember, that game came out, I believe, for Nintendo.
Super
right?
Nintendo.
No,
it's the side-scroller one. No, the first one did came out on Nintendo. The first one came out on Nintendo, but the side-scroller one, where you had 4 players on the screen, that one was on Super Nintendo. I remember because I used to play with my kids, and that was hours.
Yes.
Hours every time we sit down to play that.
What's amazing about that is we can only have a 2-player for the Super Nintendo, so we would always go to the arcade and play all 4, and we'd always try to do our best to make it to the last. The minute you reach that turtle drone and you fight all those robots, and I believe, they had Togar and Razor in there, and we were like, it was so hard to beat. But literally, that was, my second, because, like I said, family bonding, we always grew up, playing that game together. And that was actually, one of my favorite, video games of all, must be of all time. So, I'm gonna go next and pick Joe. Joe, what's your number 2?
That was a good pick, though.
Number 2, I had to think about it for a bit. There was, I'm gonna do the runner-up for number 2 was Batman series. But I had to go with number 2. I had to go with Persona 4.
Oh, yes.
If you're not into Japanese RPGs, JRPGs, I highly recommend trying Persona. Persona's one of those games that starts off as a little bit of a drama, and it tricks people. You think it's a little bit of high school drama, love story, pick your girlfriend, blah, 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 and then everything just makes a left turn, and then you're just playing this amazing story, crazy things happen left and right, but you still have the whole relationship aspect affecting the game, in which, you build your relationship with people to make yourself stronger. And it really shows that, even if it's in a video game, it does show that relationships do make things change, with your friendships, all that stuff. You're going to become so strong by yourself, but if you have friends there that are going to be beside you, and you're going to have people that are always going to be there with you, that will make you as strong as possible. It's a game with a great message, a great story, great classic gameplay, something that hasn't changed throughout the ages and still is done. If it's done right, it can be played very well. And like I said, it's one of those games where it's the gameplay style hasn't changed since the 90s. It's JRPG. You know, it's just attack, magic spell, stuff like that. But it's something that's so fundamentally simple. But if it's in the right hands and done well, it makes it for a great, very great game.
Sweet.
Level up your social link.
That's a good answer, man. Persona, was that for PS?
PS2.
PS2, yes. Yes, PS2.
And
PS2
don't forget
on
about
Vita.
the PS3 games, the Ultimax and Arena.
Persona 4 Arena, yeah.
Word. All right.
Pretty good fighting games, too.
Next, my homie Conti. What's your number 2, homie?
It was said before. I could say that, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, word. Yeah, definitely Halo. Honestly, the whole Halo series is definitely... Honestly, like, if Halo didn't really die out the way it kind of did, I would still be playing it right now, but... Like he said, dude, Halo Reach, that was it. It just went downhill from there. Halo 4 went down. Halo 5 looks even worse. Like, you see Call of Duty, what is the new one? Advanced Warfare, like, everything's jetpacks, everything's crazy. I don't even want to know what Halo 5 is going to have. It's going to have that times like 50. You know? But, like, the Master Chief, like, the collection, that game is incredible.
Yeah?
Like, I got to play it, actually, for the first time today, ironically, at my friend's house. And, like, the Halo 2 remake is so solid. Play the original and do double shot, YY double shot, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know. That game is amazing. MLG, I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's just such a good game, you know. Like, the pace was just really good. Halo 2 and Halo 3.
The problem is they turned it into another cash cow. It's a futuristic sci-fi Call of Duty now, pretty much.
It's getting retarded.
One thing
That's
I do
why,
like
I haven't paid attention at all, honestly.
One thing that always stuck out to me when I watch people play Halo is the cinematic scenes and the freaking audio and musical. Like, wow. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, wow, what is... And when I first saw it, like, literally, I remember... I did believe my friends had it, and I was like, is this a movie? Like, what is this? I was like, oh, it's a fucking shooter.
Let's just keep touch up on, like he was saying, I didn't actually read all the books, but I read what happened in them, and like the storyline makes like 50 times more sense when you know what the books are. Like I didn't know any of the stuff with the Didact and all that stuff in Halo 4. None of it made sense, and then I looked up stuff on the internet. I'm like, oh wow, there's books. Oh wow, all this info. And it's like it has a really in-depth storyline.
Sorry to like cut in on your time here real quick, but just to give you like a little recommendation, if you want to learn more about the lore, you could literally read Halo the Fall of Reach, which is the first book. It tells the origin story of the Master Chief.
Yeah.
The last page, it literally ends verbatim, word for word, on the opening cutscene of the first Halo game.
Oh, wow.
And then First Strike, which is the second one that Eric Nyland wrote, it covers the gap between Halo 1 and Halo 2. And when the story picks up from the Master Chief's point of view, it literally picks up with him on the longsword in the debris field of Halo after the end of Halo 1. So, like, the continuity is, like, literally right there. So that's, like, the best 2 books that you could possibly read right there. And freaking Bungie and 343 Industries just completely wiped their ass with the continuity story there. And, like, if they had used First Strike for Halo Reach, it would have been a million times better. And it was pretty much already designed. Like, sorry, I just had a huge problem with with that series.
It's all good, man.
So I just had to get that in there.
Remember, whenever we
it
talk about Halo, just remember we're talking about the first 3 games.
That's all I gotta say.
Word. You guys are passionate about the Halo, man. I respect that. All right, next, D.Bravo. What's good?
My runner-up, which still holds a special place in my heart, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Word. Okay.
The reason why is because when I first...
The original, though, right? You're talking about, like, the original first
the
game.
series as a whole. And you're going to hear me out.
Gotcha.
You know, growing up, whether it was a good game or a bad game, I loved the Sonic the Hedgehog series as a whole. When they came out with 06, I understand it was the worst game ever. And everyone still kind of flip shit over it and this and that, but then they redeemed themselves with Unleashed and then Colors and of course Generations. Like, not for nothing, but I think that and the way that a big group of fans kind of killed the entire Sonic fan base because of the fact that they can't adjust to the way that Sonic's changing as a whole and just try to go with it. Yeah, there's been bad games and we've also had decent good games, but we gotta at least accept the bad before we just accept the good too. So
yeah.
On top of that, on my right arm, I do have a tattoo of Tails because Tails is my favorite character.
Sweet.
So, yes.
It was actually thanks to Sonic. I love chili cheese dogs.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
When Sonic the show came out, I used to go to I remember I was little. And I was like, what is he eating? I was like, yo, chili, yeah, exactly, chili cheese dogs.
I love chili dogs.
I just want to put in a little my 2 cents, so to speak, on the whole evolution of Sonic, so to speak.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And I think that in part, a lot of the biggest reason for which Sonic has struggled over the more recent iterations of the game is because of the fact that it's not exactly easy to go from 2D to 3D, and that's something that what's his name, Eagle Raptor from Game Grumps.
Mm-hmm.
He actually went a little bit into that with his Ocarina of Time Zelda Sequelitis video. He goes into a really good explanation about how difficult it is to go from 2D to 3D. Like, you have to be really careful about it, because if certain mechanics only work in 2D, you got to change those mechanics in order to adapt to a 3D environment.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, though, I don't mind when you have to change a formula to a game to make it better and to make it work.
Of course.
But what kills me the most is the group that's supposed to support the franchise in a general. Like, you have people that are willing to give games like Sonic Boom and Sonic Lost World a chance and try to get used to the system. Mm-hmm. But then you have this big group that are still stuck in the adventure era or the classic era. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were great games, but it's got to be a time to where you have to evolve from it, move past the adventure series. You can't just sit here and expect Sonic Adventure 3 to happen just right then and there. You know, it's like
one day. It's the dream.
That's what I'm talking about. It's a dream that people want to happen, but it's not going to happen because of the fact that it's like a power struggle with Sonic.
Word.
And there's always like this big group of fans that kind of just fuck it up for everyone else. And how can I put it? IGN gave Sonic Lost World it didn't do too well in its reviews. Me being the fan that I am, I was like, well, to hell with the reviews. I'm gonna make my own determination. I'm gonna play the game and enjoy it and see what's good and what's bad about it, and that's what I did.
Word.
While the entire fan base kind of just went crumbling down on fucking IGN, talking about, oh, you can't do this. You can't talk shit about Sonic like that. Well, how dare he get a bad review or this and that? I'm like, calm your fucking tits. Just
a lot of fans, they idolize these big companies like IGN or GameSpot. So they really write on their sleeve when it comes to determining whether an upcoming game or a recently released game is going to come out. Like, I used to go by Game Informer reviews for a lot of the games that I would think about buying, but it got to the point where I was like, I would read that one game that I really wanted to play got a good review, and then I would play it myself, and I was like, wait a second, no, this kind of sucks. So after that, I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm not going to go by reviews. I'm going to read the reviews just to hear, just to get a second opinion on it. But as far as finding out for myself, I rather watch gameplay videos on YouTube to see how the game plays out. And then, if it sells me on based on what I see, then I'll buy the game for myself.
I
One more
heard
minute.
about all the bad reviews that Sonic Boom got on the Wii U. I haven't played it yet. I still haven't played it. But sometime this week, I'm going to get it, and then I'm going to play it for myself and give my own, determination on it, talk about the pros and the cons to the game.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So our last one, which is our number one, or it's another person's number three. I'm
I
gonna
went
tell.
backwards.
Wait, I didn't get to do my number 2 though.
Oh wait. Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
All right.
I mean, I know I've been cutting in on people's time, but
All right.
I haven't done my number 2.
All right, Spartan. Tell me your number
Okay.
2.
So I've been thinking really hard about this, and you guys are gonna have to give me like a few seconds to give an honorable mention for the second spot.
All right.
Because the reason why this game is number 2 is because of the fact that it reminds me so much of the honorable mention. And my number 2 spot goes to Mass Effect.
Oh.
And I gotta go with Mass Effect because, first of all, the story's great. The story's awesome, and you can really tell, like, if you really take your time to talk to the characters in the world of Mass Effect, regardless of whether it's 1, 2, or 3, you can really tell that the people at BioWare put in an unmeasurable amount of effort, time, and dedication to developing the lore and the universe. Like, they go into the customs and the cultural items of each species. Like, they tell you why the Turians are a certain way, why the Krogans are always so pissed off, why the Asari are always viewed as promiscuous, but at the same time they're very wise and smart. Like, they really go all out on that, and they totally won my respect on that because there is nothing that sells a video game more than its lore.
True.
One of the reasons why Call of Duty keeps freaking failing when it comes to the hardcore gaming community is because of the fact that it's always a different freaking story, and it always seems to be happening on a different alternate version of Earth, and it's just like, stick with one, motherfucker. Like, seriously, show some freaking dedication.
Just one quick thing with the Call of Duty was never really, in my opinion, meant to be story based. It was more meant to just grab the whole eyes of just gamers. Just something for casual gamers to play, mess around with. That's about it.
That's true.
True.
That's given.
And back to Mass Effect. Mass Effect is a great story, except they didn't know how to end it.
Yeah, definitely. I will definitely accept to that. The ending for Mass Effect 3 was completely horrendous. I mean, it's literally like the development team, like, for that last battle, which was amazing. The last battle was epic in every sense of the word. Like, they just showed up and said, like, hey, dude, how you doing? You enjoying the game? You're having a lot of fun, right? Well, all those choices that we've been making you think about really, really hard because they're going to have a really big effect on how the game is going to turn out? Well, they're not going to have a single effect on how this turns out, dude. It doesn't matter what you do. Everything's going to get fucked. Everything is going to get fucked, and there's nothing you can do to fix it. Don't bother trying to have, like, a perfect playthrough. Nothing you can do will change the outcome of what your choices will be available to at the end of this game. And on that note, I'm going to move on to the honorable mention, because, like I said, my affinity for Mass Effect was really inspired by this game, and it is Star Wars Republic Commando.
Wow.
And that's a huge
unique.
diamond in the rough game. Came out for the original Xbox. I don't know if it came out for PlayStation 2, but if Republic Commando had a better multiplayer system and they had thrown in vehicles in there, it would have seriously given Halo a run for its money. Because it had really tight first-person shooter controls and very well-designed, subtle, simple, squad-based RTS mechanics, which is what I love the most about the gameplay in Mass Effect. So that's my number 2, Mass Effect, with an honorable mention of Republic Commando, because I'm still waiting for Republic Commandos 2, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right. Did I mention? Did everybody got a number 2 right now? Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mike.
I got mine.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool. So our everybody's number 1, which is also number 3. Here's my number 1. And with this game got me back into gaming. I remember I had a PlayStation, but I wasn't really into it. But out of nowhere, I wanted a PlayStation 2, but I didn't know what games to get. Then I remember they always had a commercial for this freaking game, and I'm like, yo, this song is epic, and what is this? And I was like, when you go away, you don't hear me. I'm like, what is this game, right?
It's Madden, isn't it?
Ironically, this is my number 3.
No,
so
it
I'm
should
not gonna
know
say
me. That's what it is.
And it's
Nah,
so,
it's NBA 2K15, bro.
I knew
yeah,
it.
and I don't know, like, and the concept of this game was just brilliant. And I never know that a game like this could ever exist. So I gotta give it up to Sora, the whole Keyblade with Mickey, Minnie, Donald, whatever. Fucking Pooh Bear was in that freaking game. Then I don't know, and the whole entire series got to me. So shout out to Kingdom Hearts for getting back into gaming, because they had an awesome story. Like I was like, trying to explain to my friends, yo, get this freaking game. This game is amazing. And just the concept of like Disney and anime put together. Now I can't wait for the next one, because Lord knows, like, Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars. So just the concept of having
They own everything.
Yeah.
They own Indiana Jones now. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So just imagining what's gonna happen is gonna be just brilliant. So the whole Kingdom Hearts series, can't wait. But shout out to Kingdom Hearts #1 for getting back into gaming, which is like my #1 favorite game, because I really had an awesome time playing that game. I would actually ditch school to play this freaking game. I was like, yo, I'm sick. I don't want to go to school. And here I am, fucking.
You're not being a good influence for kids watching this, dude.
Yeah, and like the concept of the Keyblade, and it told an awesome story. The graphics was brilliant. When I played #2, my ex told me you like there's gonna be a scene where you're just gonna save it on that one part and you keep playing over and over again. And it was a scene where you fight fucking 10,000 Heartlesses, and I was like, yo, this is like amazing. So that's my #1, and there you go. So
Just to add something really quick in there while we're on Kingdom Hearts.
word.
The craziest thing about that series was that when they first announced it, the concept sounded so bizarre, ridiculous, and strange that nobody thought it was gonna work. Like mixing Disney characters with Final Fantasy characters? Are you serious? Where did you come up with this? What were you guys on when you thought about this? But here we are, all of us freaking biting our thumbs, still waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 after freaking 10 years.
For real.
So
And the minute you see Cloud, oh my god. Oh. Jizz in my
Sephiroth
pants.
battle in Kingdom Hearts 2 was like one of my favorite part in the Kingdom Hearts series.
That shit
I
got me
love
into
that battle.
J-pop. I didn't know what the fuck J-pop was. I was like, who the hell is Taro Karu? Who the hell is this person sing? That shit got me to J-pop, then later K-pop. Then I went to some sort of emo hair phase and shit. But whatever.
I still have Simple and Clean on my playlist.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't have that on their fucking iTunes?
Simple and Clean, Sanctuary.
Yes.
All right, so person's #3, because he mentioned his #1. Conti, what's up?
My number 3 actually was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, there you go. More Kingdom Hearts. Shout out to
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts.
That's
Hashtag.
what makes it kind of funny.
So yeah, explain
Pretty much
why.
all the same reasons. Same reason why I like Smash. It's a collaboration of 2 worlds, like that you wouldn't really see, or multiple worlds, technically.
And it works. Like, that's the thing. It's good. It's enjoyable. They didn't ruin either one of the 2 worlds. Like, they
Word.
kept the quirky, old-fashioned classic humor of Disney with the intense, crazy fantasy action of Final Fantasy. Like, I don't know how the fuck they did it. Like, I will always take off my hat to Square Enix for that, because that was very well done. Like, I'm honestly think the only reason why I even want a PlayStation 4 at this point is so that I can make sure that I play Kingdom Hearts 3, because I'm still fucking waiting for that.
Isn't it coming?
We've been waiting for 10 years.
Yeah. So.
Watch them delay it another 2.
Oh my god.
Don't even.
If they do that,
Seriously.
oh
Because
man.
that's the thing. That's the thing. When they showed the freaking Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay at this year's E3, they didn't even give a release date or a release year. They just said in development. So don't even joke about delays right now, because I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if it ends up coming out for the freaking PlayStation 5.
Freaking, I'm 30. If I can wait for another 20 years of a fucking Star Wars movie to come out, then Shit, I can wait for fucking Kingdom. Yo,
Wait,
Who-
think about it.
who
though.
in their
Think about
million
it.
years
waiting
would
more
think?
than 20 years, waiting more than 20 years for a good Star Wars movie to come out. Because the whole trilogy fiasco is like, I still have nightmares about Hayden Christensen for ruining that for me.
All right, next person, Joe, my homie Joe. What is your number one? Say Kingdom Hearts, please.
No, sadly, it's not Kingdom Hearts. It's the man. I think everyone knows who this character is. I think everyone knows this series, and it has to be Metal Gear.
Oh.
Yes! I knew you were going to say that. I was thinking about it.
Dun 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 dun.
And if you want to go great story and you want to say something great, you have to realize the story for Metal Gear starts from MSX. That's Japan only. In America, we have it on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
All the way up until now for the PS4 and Xbox One, and it's a continuous story. That's all continuous. There's no everything's continuity. There's nothing coming out of it. There's no what if stories. I'm also only talking about the Metal Gear Solid Metal Gear games. Revengeance, I'm sorry, but
No.
you're not in my book.
Don't even talk about it. Don't even talk about it. That's not a Metal Gear game. That's Ninja Gaiden with a cyborg.
Raiden Gaiden.
Pretty much. They should have just called it
Raiden
Ninja Raiden. They should have just called it Ninja Raiden. Because that's
Yo,
pretty
I
much what
actually
it was.
liked that game.
You know,
I actually liked
I
it.
think
That shit was
it's funny
fun.
that you
Yeah,
would-
but it's not Metal Gear. It's not Metal Gear. That's my problem with it. Like,
I think it's
yeah.
you would mention Metal Gear as your number one, especially since I have yet another gaming tattoo, and it's the Fox logo from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Nice. Nice.
That was like one of my first tattoos.
I am so crazy for Phantom Pain to come out. Have you guys even seen like the amount of crazy shit that you can do on Phantom Pain now? It's ridiculous. Like they managed to turn Skyrim into an espionage game, pretty much.
They got Ground Zeroes for free from the PlayStation Network, so.
All right, going on to next. My boy Spartan. What is your number one?
It's actually really interesting because it's also Metal Gear. Now, okay, I had to think about this one very carefully because I'm a huge stealth action fan. I love Watch Dogs, I love Far Cry, I love Splinter Cell, I love Ghost Recon Future Soldier.
Mhm.
Like, I love all those series because of the fact that they're stealth action games. But the one game that started me on the path towards stealth action fanaticism was Metal Gear, and I still love the series today, and I'm just freaking dying waiting for Phantom Pain. I'm like throwing my freaking money at the screen over here. And the reason why Metal Gear really got my attention is like you mentioned earlier, great story, amazing story. Like seriously, Hideo Kojima freaking blew my freaking mind at like 14 years old with these 10-minute long cutscenes. I didn't even care about the gameplay. I would play the game just so that I could watch the freaking cutscenes because it was like being rewarded with a portion of a movie every single time, and I freaking loved it. And then on top of that, there were all these quirky, crazy gimmicks that were part of the game too. Like in Metal Gear Solid 2, there's a part where Colonel Campbell actually makes a reference to the fact that you're playing a game, and he tells you that you should turn off the console. And then for beating Praying Mantis, you actually have to switch the controller port from first player to second player in order to beat him.
Yeah.
Like, who thinks about that kind of shit? Like, seriously. Freaking Hideo Kojima freaking blew my mind with all that shit. And, like, the thrill of trolling soldiers just sneaking around completely and entirely unseen and unnoticed was just like, it just caught me. It got me hooked. Like, hook, line, and sinker right there. Like, what? You're telling me that I don't have to kill them, but I can sneak up on them and choke them to death? Awesome! Like, sign me in. Like, I'm all the way in. So that's my number one, Metal
Awesome
Gear,
pick.
with an honorable mention to all the other self-action games that have come out since then. Because seriously, if it were not for Metal Gear, none of those games would have probably ever been made.
Cool. Awesome pick, guys. All right. Last but not least, D.Bravo. What is your number one?
1998. Well, 96 on the PlayStation, but let's go back to 1998. The Arkley Mountains.
Whoa.
Arkley Mountains.
The Mansion incident. Resident Evil, the entire franchise.
Oh, okay.
Who remembers on the
Is this director's cut?
Who remembers on the PlayStation 1 where you first walk into that room and you see Kenneth being eaten by a zombie, which looks like he's wearing a fucking green sweater. But when his face fucking turns and just looks at you, that eerie big ass eye just stares.
This was in the freaking director's cut, right? Am I?
Yeah, it was not only in the director's cut, but it was in the original one. Like, when I saw that as like a 10, 11-year-old, I fucking flipped all sorts of shit. Like, I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when 2 and 3 came out, like, I got into it a little bit more, especially when Nemesis came out. I fucking love Nemesis and the idea of a pursuer by, you know, a tyrant just chasing you throughout.
A consistent boss that always kept fucking you over, yeah.
Exactly. And then, not for nothing, when, you know, I'm kind of glad that they did this, but, like, without Resident Evil, we wouldn't have a Devil May Cry series.
Probably.
No, the original story that was gonna be behind Resident Evil 4 was supposed to be about Spencer's 2 sons, Dante and Virgil.
Whoa.
So it just ended up turning into a whole new series.
That's interesting. Wow.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, and then they just decided, fuck it, we'll just make a different game separate from the Resident Evil series, and then that's when they made Leon the way that they did in Resident Evil 4. And
Interesting.
And then, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I loved 5 when it came out. Like, I fell in love with Resident Evil 5, the idea, you know, 2-player co-op behind it, and all the special actions that you can do, because let's face it, you know, it's not every day you can get away with punching a fucking monster in the face or whatever, or kicking them, and you know, and you know, once again, I got another tattoo of my arm, but this one is Jill Valentine.
She is so hot.
Nice.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
her Resident Evil 5 BSAA outfit. I've been
Nice.
I'm like, when it comes to Resident Evil, I'm a fucking huge Resident Evil head. Like, I know the history behind 0 all the way up to the bad game that was 6.
Yeah.
It's
just not about zombies anymore at that point.
Well, I have 6, and, you know, it has its good points, it has its bad points, but overall, I still appreciate the series for what it is. And the fact that they're going to be making an HD remake to 0 kind of gets me, you know, back into the series more and more. Because 0 was the first game to actually be where you were one player controlling 2 different characters, and you can switch between the characters at any time.
Interesting. That's dope. All right. Is that everybody? Did I get everybody?
Yeah, you got everyone.
All right. Awesome talk, guys. Awesome episode 2 for my Inner Geek Talk of our top 3 favorite video games. Lord knows we don't want to talk about our top 3 worst video games. That's just I can name a couple.
We'll do that for another time.
But thank you guys for joining me. Shout out to Spartan, Joe, D.Bravo, and Conti. If you guys want one by one, advertise your social networks and give your shout outs. So starting with Conti.
You always start with me. I'm the worst.
You're my favorite.
I guess.
Break out of your shell.
Dude, my shell is like constricting. Anyways, yeah, dude. Conti Beast Mode's my gamer tag. Twitch.tv/Conti Beast Mode. I stream Smash stuff. YouTube, it just gets uploaded on there, and I got some other stuff. Twitter, I advertise stuff, barely use it. And Facebook, I'm on it 24/7. There I am. That's about it.
All right, next, Spartan. Give your shout outs
Well,
and all that stuff.
I don't really have like any networks or anything that I want to advertise or anything, but I am working with some friends towards doing like my own little gaming YouTube channel. So I'll probably be posting some of that stuff on the gaming group page where I contacted you from, and I'll be letting you guys know about it. Because it's pretty much just like your average Let's Play, but not so much about like playthroughs, just talking about like video games, movies, and comic books and stuff like that. And I'm still trying to work out all the kinks of how that's going to work out, because I need like some proper equipment and software for video editing and stuff. But I don't really have anything to advertise, so just thank you for having me. It was really fun.
Awesome. Joe, any shout outs you want to give or social networking?
Alright, so, like I said, Joe here. You may not know me. I do have a Twitch that will start up one of these days. It's Techman Joe. Other than that, I'm a nobody.
Alright. Alright. And last but not least, my homie, D.Bravo. What's up?
Well, once again, I have my gaming channel, Doug's gaming channel. Check me out. I do Let's Plays and all that for like all sorts of games, from fighting, old school games, some of the games that have been coming out recently. I do have a Facebook page for it. Just hit a like on there and request any game that you want to see me play, and I'll get to it when I can.
He will play E.T. from Atari, guys. He will play E.T. for Atari.
I mean, I think we all expected that.
I will force myself to play E.T. from Atari.
I mean, it's the best game ever made, just saying. Just gonna put it on my list because it would be overrated.
I'm also on Twitter, so check me out.
Alright. You will see all these links below the description, guys. So please support my friends. Please support me. And peace. Everybody say goodbyes.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Yep. Alright.
Later. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Maxxsmash201. And like me on Facebook at Maxxsmash201. Peace.